with the walk-off with Cousins. And I just remarked, I believe I commented, Eric, that's where Shap's going to get back to. We want to get back to that. And then a couple of guys commented that were there, the excitement and being, how important it was to them, what it's done 6 years, 7 years since then. So I reached out and replied, if any member of that team would like to come out and speak to the current team, be happy to have you. Well, boom, that night I get 2 guys that immediately text me. They didn't do it on Facebook. They didn't want to put their name out, which I do the same stuff. So they text me and asked me to do it. And one of those is a gentleman that's going to speak here in a moment, Eric Brossart. Some of you may know him, may not. He had a younger brother, Justin. And the second guy is Nick DeRegis, which some of you guys know him. You saw him with Jordy, Coach Hine, last year. He's going to wrap up at the end of this. He'll get here about 4:30, 4:45 after work, and so it's perfect. We're going to give you a good chance to hear both of them, but I want to talk a little bit about Eric, simply because many of you guys, I know I've told you the 2012 group, not really one of those guys got to play much in 11.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much start over, and some of you, I know, Mario, where you at? Okay, I've tried to tell you that, and you're like, you're on JV last year, and how you've grown as a player. He was in that same boat. Those guys all sat. He was pissed off all his junior year, pissed off that AJ Schillinger was the catcher, which is great. You want that competition in your dugout, I'm telling you. But he was a team guy, 100% team player. There was a situation in the state championship in 2011 against Gilbert Prairie. We had gone out and scouted the guy we're going to face. His last name was Drummond. He had no kidding. He was left-handed. He could start the ball in the middle of the plate and it would end up on the black. He had 6-7 inches of run, Coach, on his two-seamer. And those of you guys that have met Dylan Jackson that's been umpiring, okay, over on first, under scrimmages, the umpire, the first baseman umpire, Dylan Jackson, well, he was a sophomore, the only sophomore that we had. He was left-handed, really big swinger, outside in, not really inside, go the other way guy, and some of you are there. Well, he wasn't going to work, and he was a great player, but I benched him, and I DH'd Eric. Eric, I know you had 2 hits. Both of those hits were 2 outs, correct?
I actually led off the first.
Okay, you led off the first.
That we scored.
Then you had an RBI with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Off the guy in a very, very close game, and it kind of broke it open. And I'm not saying, hey, I was right, but I know the players and know what their strengths are by their swings, all the stuff that we work on, and he had that. He was always inside every pitch, and he would hold that lag in his barrel. Very, very good. So when that two-seamer broke at the last second, he was right there and drilled the ball between first and second, and it was huge. The game was 3-3 if I remember. We go ahead, we go up. We end up winning later after we knocked Drummond out 10-3. Makes it sound like it wasn't close, but it was. But the right guy at the right time delivered for us. Just working on 2 strike approaches, 2 out approaches, didn't hit the ball in the air. Some of the stuff that we talk about here with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Line drive, head high down. So with that build up, and all this is in sincerity, that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
I want you guys to get a few words here from Eric. So you got the floor.
Thanks for having me, man. This is so cool. I don't know if my dad is more excited or if I am. This is so cool.